Welcome back. Let's take you through some of the dailies this morning. We'll start with the Guardian newspaper. Consumers switch to use gadgets as forex crisis worsens tech adoption. So, all that theory of psychological determinism. Who knew if this was going to be your influencer? So I know now maybe the laggards will have a reason not to move any further. But they give you a breakdown of some of those gadgets: laptops, smartphones, feature phones, smartwatches, smart TVs, refrigerators. So a lot of people will be luxury, but to other people, essential commodity because it has to do with their job. So it depends on what side of the divide that you are on. But all the same, this is the big lead of the front page of The Guardian here today. Consumers switch to use gadgets as forex crisis worsens tech adoption. So
that is really a tough place to be. I mean, please protect your phones, guard your computers. Make sure your children don't get a hold of them, or your grandchildren if you prefer. Because if they break now, you know, they'll cost a fortune to replace.
Yeah. And speaking about the court, alleged dollar bribe, court stops Ganduje's probe. Also on the front page here.
Oh, well, take a look at what you have on the front page of New Telegraph. Also focusing on some parts of the economy. Investor confidence. Man tackles federal government over expatriate employment levy. Says 335 firms distressed. 767 shut down in 2023. Nigerian economy not in distress, Tinubu insists. Or that's according to him. Insists country on right path. Pleads for patience. States, federal government attracted $30 billion FDI to issue executive order for National Police Veterans Day celebration. So it looks like they're not captured in the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. But we usually see the police lay a wreath as well. Well, hey, maybe. If that's what's going to make them, you know, happy, why not? Pages 2 and 3 of New Telegraph will give you all of the details. And of course, you also see pictures there from Baba Obasanjo's birthday celebration. New Telegraph, that's the paper I'm looking at. Well, let's leave it there for the paper.
And switch quickly to the Nigerian Observer. What do you have on its front page? It is definitely talking about something very, very concerning. World Bank decries widening gender gap as women get 77% of men's pay. Yeah, read it again. That's exactly what it says. What does that mean, really? The details on the front page. I don't know what Marquez's take will be on this, but that's the lead story of the Nigerian Observer this morning.
Yes, she's the latest economist, yeah? Okay. Look at Vanguard newspaper this morning. Nigeria must battle rising food insecurity as priority. This is IMF's take, in case you're also wondering. So there's a big deal on the front page, but look at what's beneath this one. Deadline on NAIN account linkage. Most banks yet to implement directive. So that's what you see here today.
And Daily Trust is focusing on insecurity. Terrorists abduct scores of female IDPs in Borno. Ooh. That's the lead story right there. They left camp in search of firewood. That's according to the community leader. Only 4 out of 117 returned so far. Military, Borno government, mum. In other words, they're quiet. Stories on page 4 of the paper. I mean, this is Women's Month, and tomorrow will be International Women's Day, and these are the issues. The fact that for some people to eat, they really have to risk their lives. I mean, you're going to go and look for firewood. If there's no firewood, of course, there's going to be no food to cook. So this is now done at the expense of the safety of the lives of these women whom we understand have now been abducted. Silence cannot be the answer. It cannot be, the response that we get from those who ought to be speaking up on this situation. Let's leave it there for Daily Trust.
Definitely something very concerning. But look at the front page of this Nigerian newspaper, also raising issues about hardship. Cement price, that's the focus of this Nigerian newspaper's lead story this morning. Cement price hike pushing us out of labor market. artisans, unskilled laborers cry out. That story is on page, you have the stories on pages 2 and 13, 2 and 21, beg your pardon. Reduced high costs of building materials to address housing deficit. Realtors tell FG. High cost of sugar. Kano resident resorts to sugarcane byproduct Mazakwela. Well, I hope I got that right. Well, but that's the lead story of this Nigeria newspaper this morning, among several others you see on the front page.
Okay, so Buhari's, look at blueprints.
Excuse me.
Buhari's 30 trillion naira ways and means others reason for nation's woes. More Aluso, part of what we might also be focusing on here this morning on the program as we try to take a holistic view of challenges and proffering solutions. That's a blueprint today.
We also have on the front page of Nigerian Tribune, why Africa is poor despite $96.5 trillion natural wealth. That's according to AFDB President Additional. In case you're concerned about why a continent so blessed, not just a country now, but a continent so blessed continues to remain, or is still grappling with poverty, you might want to read the story on page 15 of the Nigerian Tribune. Even better still, just wait till about 10:30 when an interview with the AFDB president will be airing. We'll leave it there for Nigerian Tribune.
All right, so that pretty much does it. We'll look at some of the dailies here this morning. Well, back in just a moment. Stay on with us.